Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us for our Actionstep Ask an Expert session. Today, we're going to be talking about personalizing your system, and we are going to then have questions at the end. We're going to start off by meeting the team. So, today my co-presenter is Natasha. She is our expert today. She is truly an expert, and it has been amazing working alongside her for the last 4 months. She comes from the legal industry and has a wealth of knowledge with the Actionstep system. She can be reached at natasha.dubauskas-read@actionstep.com. Thanks for joining us today, Natasha.
Hi, everyone.
And hello, I am Liliana. I am new here at Actionstep, and I am in the customer success team. I started Actionstep about 4 months ago, and I'm here because I love working with our customers and help them optimize their usage of our Actionstep software to achieve their firm's business goals. So as mentioned, today we're going to be going over personalizing your Actionstep system. Today you're going to learn how to customize your Actionstep system to suit your law firm. In this Ask an Expert session, you will learn all about personalization, such as profile photos, logos, signatures, and MetaType icons. But these are just a few of the options Actionstep has to personalize your system. So, discussing profile photos, logos, and signatures. Your Actionstep system can be easily customized to suit your preference. You can add a photo to your staff profiles. You can also upload your electronic signature to save time when signing documents. You can also add your company logo to make your Actionstep system unique and relevant to your law firm. All of this can be done by editing your company and contact profiles. Instructions on this and more can be found in our user guide, which we will send you links to after this session. MetaType icons. MetaTypes are located and loaded with a default Actionstep icon, but you can change this to make MetaTypes stick out and be easier to find. Actionstep have a range of icons that you can select from, or you can upload your very own if you have pictures that better represent the work that you do. Great. So now, before we move into questions, if there is any other topics that you would like us to focus on during our next webinar session or Ask an Expert, please let us know in the chat box below. And now is your chance to ask any questions that you might have. Please be assured that we will get back to you and answer your question if it does not get answered today. Great. So we have a question on personalized mailbox. How do you set up personalized mailboxes?
Sorry, just a second. I'm just going to load my screen so that I can demo while we answer these questions.
No problem.
Okay, can I just make sure that everybody can see my screen here?
Perfect. Can see your screen.
Yep. Great. Okay. So to personalize your mailbox, Your personal mailbox can be found here, which is when we log in, we see our name and our system role, and we'll also see our profile picture here. So if we click on this will give us our My Profile page, where you set up everything to do with your profile, so your contact information, etc. And your mailbox can be set up here, and this is your personal mailbox. So you can add, as I have here, an Outlook mailbox, a Gmail mailbox, or a SMTP mailbox if you're not using Outlook or Gmail. And that's very easy to do. Also, we have system mailboxes, and that's accessed in a different part of Actionstep. So if we go up here to the admin section, and then we go to email. Now, our outbound email, you can see here that we have a system mailbox set up. So this may be if your users are sending from themselves, so their personal email box, but you also want them sending from something like info@ or admin@ where there's a joint mailbox, but we don't want them using their personal mailbox. So two different sections there. One is a system mailbox and the other is your personal mailbox.
Awesome. Thank you, Natasha. We have another question that has come through, and it is, what personalizations can you do to calendars?
Okay, so if we go and have a look at our calendar. Okay, so we can see our calendar here. So you can see my calendar. I can drop down here and I can edit calendar. So you can change the color scheme of your calendar quite easily. And we can also bring this down here and edit calendar as well. So we can give our calendar maybe an easier name, and then also the display name, which is how you see it. So I don't want to see, I might just want to see Jane. There's only one Jane in my organization. Again, we can change our color from here. We can have a sort order. So if a lot of people have shared their calendar with you, you can put where we want to see those calendars in order. So it might be really important to see certain users' calendars, my own, and then other certain users, and then the less important ones at the bottom. So you can sort them out as well. We can pick here if we want to see alerts in our calendar, if we want to see timesheet suggestions from our calendar, and if we want to be alerted when other users edit your calendar. This is really interesting here too, where we have automatic merge fields. So when we create an appointment, and this is only used when we link a matter to it, it can actually bring in merge fields from that matter that we may want to automatically update in our calendar appointments. So if we link a matter to an appointment, it will bring in the action name. And in the description, we can also use merge fields as well. And sometimes that's really, really handy.
Awesome. Thank you for that. And we have another question.
Sorry, I'll just go into this one quickly. We also have preferences, which I say that it's not used heavily, but we have preferences up here in the top right. Now these are really, really handy. So we have our view. So whether our default view would be day, week, or month, how you like to first see your calendar when you log in. You have your custom time zone label. We have options. Do we show weekends, public holidays, use a heat map? And a heat map is when, if we're busy, and over here, we will see it go red if we're really busy, orange a little bit busy, or if we have some clear days. And when our workday starts and ends. Now, we can also have alternate time zone in here. So you can see here that I have New South Wales and I have New Zealand. So I can actually show a few different time zones, which is really handy when we're working remotely across different geographical regions. So that's something that I don't see a lot of use out of, but it would be really, really handy to set that up, especially if you're working with a team member who's in Australia. Also tasks, we can add our tasks into our calendar as well, and different participants' tasks. And custom data. Now, this is really, really handy. There may be different custom data fields that we want showing in our calendar. For example, settlement dates or court dates. So once they're inputted against matters, we can actually automatically bring them in. So we can see here settlement dates from our settlement matter type, we can actually bring into our calendar automatically. So that's really handy to know as well. Sorry,
All
Liliana.
good. Thanks for showing us that, Natasha. We've just had another question pop up whilst you were talking about the calendars. If you could clarify, are you able to link the Actionstep calendar to Outlook 365 calendars?
Yes, yes, definitely. We can link those together. We can send some instructions for how to do that after the webinar. Mine's already linked, but we do have an Outlook add-in, which is what you want to do. And when we set up our calendar, we first set it up and we come to calendar, it will have 3 different calendars that you can set up. So it will have Outlook, Gmail, and then just an Actionstep calendar. So for people who just want to have an Actionstep calendar, they can do that. But if you choose Outlook and then you put in your Microsoft credentials, it will create a link to and bring in everything from your Outlook calendar automatically. And then as you put your appointments in, they will be recreated in Outlook.
Awesome. Thank you, Natasha. That's great. And then we have another question that's popped through. Can you show us how to change the MetaType icons?
Yeah, sure. So if again we go up to our admin menu with the spanner, and then here we go to MetaTypes. Now you can see here when we first create a MetaType, we get an Actionstep logo. That's by default. And then there's a range of different logos that we can use. So for example, with my immigration one, I've chosen the world. So if we go into this MetaType, and then I go MetaType settings. Now it's in here that we're editing this MetaType, or it's the same if we're creating a MetaType. Now our icon is here, and we can hit on to change an icon. Now we get all of these icons standard in Actionstep. So the world is just a standard one. But a really good idea as well is to upload one. And you can see here, if I choose, and that's just an Australian map that I've created or got from the internet. And if I hit save, you can see now my logo's a little Australian flag. So just a really easy way. So now every single matter type will have this logo. So it's really easy to differentiate our different work types. And it's good to have something that represents what it is you're working on.
Great. Thank you for that. And that is all the questions that we'll be answering today that have come through. Natasha, did you want to add anything before I close off?
Probably just one thing I would like to highlight with everyone that I'm not sure if everyone is aware of is we do have participant tags as well that we can create. So if we go to admin additional settings and we go into tags, here we can add tags. So we can create a tag here against a participant. And let's say we have cost agreements for certain clients. And we just like to outline that this person does have a cost agreement. And when we've added them to our workflow, we just want to know that if they've already signed one or not. So I'll pick something that, yep. So let's say I'm going to pick that as my icon and hit save. So if I pick a contact, and let's say my client here is Sally, Now, Sally has a cost agreement with us already. So I'm going to tick this. So this is the tag to say Sally's got a cost agreement. What this is really handy for is a visual. So if I now go to create a matter for Sally, and I want to add her, you can see here my icons there. So I know visually already when I'm adding her to the matter that I already have a cost agreement with her. So that's just something that I think is really, really handy and important just to show everyone. So it's just a good visual when we're adding them. If we know if they've, for a cost agreement, if their email's been completed, anything like that, that we can add to our participants as well.
Great. Thank you, Natasha. That's awesome. Thank you for sharing your knowledge with everybody and for answering all of our questions that have come through. Before we close off, if there is, again, any topics that you'd like to see for us to focus on in our next webinars, don't forget to post a comment in the chat box. Otherwise, thank you for being here with us and have a great day.
Thanks, everyone.